Now, book your appointment by clicking our icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Wellness starts with prevention. Book your annual appointment online today with SIU Center for Family Medicine in Taylorville by clicking their icon on TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
WTIM. This is the WTIM Morning Show on your information station. The show is sponsored by People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville. I'm your host, Reed Kamai, and if you're thinking about minding your metabolic health a little bit more, there is actually a series of seminars happening in Central Illinois this coming weekend. And here to talk about that and much more, the organizers of it. And I'm talking about Luann Stone and Ralph Falconberry. Luann and Ralph, thanks so much for coming in.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Yeah, it is good to have you both in. So, yeah, I guess whoever would like to start, just give a little bit of an overview of what it's going to cover.
It's going to be a 3-day event happening Friday the 20th through Sunday the 22nd. We'll be in Moequa, Decatur, Springfield, and Taylorville. And they're free, community-focused events designed to help people understand insulin resistance, which is related to blood sugar, weight, energy, and heart issues. So we're going to be talking about getting to the root cause of these issues like fatigue, stubborn weight, inflammation, rising blood sugar, and giving simple, practical steps in how to improve those to get your metabolic health back.
And it sounds like it's a very relevant topic for a lot of people, because you hear about these health concerns that come up, and now there's something to do about that. And we'll talk a little more, I'm sure, about what inspired this. And then in terms of like the event schedule, kind of the logistics of what can folks expect from that. Yeah, go on.
Well, basically, it's an informal meeting and just basically a get together where we're sharing the information. We have a couple of special guests coming in from Ohio, our higher ups. They're coming in from Ohio as well as flying in from Florida, and they're going to be hosting the event, and they're going to be putting it on. And then all of us are going to be telling our testimonials and sharing our results and how we got to where we got, and sharing it with other people so we can show them that it's easy, it's simple, and it's safe.
And it seems like, and what I like about that is that it adds some level of like relatability to it as well. And I think I would imagine that that's going to be important for people trying to improve in this sense.
Well, 93% of us are metabolically trash.
93%. Okay.
Yes, only 7% of the population is okay.
Yeah.
Insulin resistance is literally rampant. Everybody checks their A1C, but nobody checks their insulin resistance, which is what's actually driving all of those factors behind the scenes.
Wow, that is a staggering amount there. So
yes.
So well, there you go. A good chance then that there's a reason for given listeners to attend these metabolic health seminars. And I know you had mentioned the dates of in terms of times and locations. What's the schedule for that?
We are going to be Friday the 20th from 6 to 8 at Destiny Fellowship Church in Moequa. And then Saturday 11 to 1, we will be at the Hampton Inn in Decatur, Illinois at 4855 Evergreen Court. It's actually, I always think of it as Mount Zion.
Yeah, not too far.
Not really Decatur, Mount Zion. Saturday from 6 to 8, we will be in Springfield, Illinois at a country club on 230 Country Place. I'm not exactly sure where that's at, but I guess we'll GPS it.
We'll figure it out.
And then Sunday, the 22nd from 1 to 3, we'll be at Ken's Doghouse here in Taylorville.
Okay, so you got the 4 sessions coming up, one on Friday, one on Sunday, it sounds like, and then that's on the other side of 2 on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, those are the logistics. Anything else really, excuse me, about the seminars, the series, or anything like that before we focus a little more on your backgrounds?
We just are very passionate about getting to the root cause, because there's over 100 metabolic diseases that the root cause is insulin resistance. So it's really key to getting your metabolic health in check so you don't end up with a metabolic disease.
Yeah. So you say insulin resistance. So is that where the body resists insulin that, you try to take to, maintain your blood sugar levels? Is that what it's about?
Yes, because our diet and our former food pyramid was basically consistent of eating 6 times a day and snacking 2 or 3 times a day to keep your metabolism up. And all that did was literally over time keep your insulin high, and you never gave your insulin a chance to come down. And the whole focus of this system is keeping your insulin low and doing that consistently. And over time, everything changes. And it's just through simple, normal things. Like we're going to be talking about the food order method for lowering the glucose spikes, post-meal movement to aid digestion, intermittent eating schedules, which will boost your results, and as well as like mindful hydration and stress management techniques as well. All things that can be incorporated into your daily life, which has worked literally miracles for everyone that I know, including us personally.
Okay, nice. So, and again, I feel like that adds to the relatability, right? if folks see that it worked for the two of you, they might think it works for them. So, I won't force you to share too much more, because I'm sure you want folks to come to the events to find out more. So again, Friday, February 20th, and then Saturday and Sunday, 21st and 22nd at the various locations. Is there anywhere online folks can go to find out more?
They can join our Facebook pages. Mine's under Luann Stone. Ralph's is under Ralph Falconberry, and we post daily on there.
Okay, yeah. So more information there on Facebook. So that's the metabolic health seminars that are going on this weekend. So you sort of alluded to your journeys, at least as of recently in terms of your metabolic health. What is it that kind of inspired you to start thinking about it from whenever it was that you started?
I actually was overweight. I was 55 pounds overweight and started having heart palpitations. And it was suggested that I lose some weight. And I was actually vegan and eating 6 to 8 times a day, which I thought was what I was supposed to be doing. And didn't know what else to do. I ate very clean, no sugar, no junk food and everything, but my weight just kept going up. And so I came across Ralph here in a cemetery accidentally.
Oh, gosh.
And he told me how he had lost his weight.
I was working at a cemetery at the time, working with the Genealogical Society here in town, and I was doing a restoration project out in Palmer. And she came along and asked me about my weight loss because she'd seen me before. My personal story: if I can do this, anyone can. I was almost 310 pounds. I lost 50 pounds in 4 months doing nothing but following this protocol and paying attention to what I was told to do. 50 pounds fell off, no calorie counting, no macro counting, no crazy exercise routine, no gym membership. I just did what I was told to do and followed the advice that I was given. I lost 50 pounds. I reversed my diabetes. I went from a 7.9 A1C to a 5.4. My insulin resistance score, which I didn't even know what that was before because it was never spoken about, I was a 5.7. The chart only goes to a 3. And I went from 5.7 to 1.5, which is healthy, all within 4 months. I went from a size 4X clothes to wearing extra large now. I feel 20 years younger, and I'm literally off my meds now. I went from 11 meds a day at max dose to now I take 2 as a maintenance.
Okay. Wow. That's a transformation. So you said you were following, I think, was it a diet?
No, there's no diet.
Oh, okay. So it's not the diet, but you said that you were following whatever steps you were supposed to.
Just following along the protocol. When you're at the seminar, we'll explain the different steps that we do throughout our protocol that we do, and all the different little steps, like the helpful stuff with the food order method, and just something as simple as knowing the food order method. No one ever told me that the order you eat your food in determines the glucose spike from that meal.
Interesting.
Just the order that you're eating it in.
Okay.
And there's a proper way to eat. And then there's the way that we eat, which is basically whatever's the sweetest, whatever's the tastiest. That's what we go for right off the bat.
Yeah.
That's actually hurting you in the long run.
Okay.
And that's also what's raising that glucose spike.
Yeah. Okay. So then, and then where did you find out about, the food order?
I ran into a guy I saw on TikTok a couple of years back, and I was like, yeah, there's no way. This has got to be a scam. You're just trying to sell me something, blah, 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 whatever. But then I just kept watching video after video, and now there's another lady and another guy and another lady. And she doesn't have PCOS anymore. She doesn't have Hashimoto's. He lost 80 pounds. She lost 60 pounds. He's no longer diabetic. My main issue was my foot neuropathy. I was basically sitting on the couch. If I wasn't at work, I was on the couch because my feet were either throbbing, on fire, or icicles. And I was afraid that I was going to be losing my toes because of my diabetes.
Oh, gosh.
And I listened to his story again. I saw another video of him, and I'm like, what do you mean you're no longer diabetic? And after 14 years, you got rid of 85% of your neuropathy pain, and then bells and whistles go off. I'm like, okay, I'm in. And then he starts telling me all about the program. And if you just do, it's all natural. If you just pay attention to basically this, and this, and start making these subtle changes, everything within you will change. And then he was right, because it literally did. Within 4 months, everything about me changed.
Well, that's pretty remarkable.
Yeah. And I'm nobody special. I didn't do anything mysterious. I did exactly what I was told to do. And then I found literally thousands of other people around the world, because this is in 63 different countries right now. Everybody's talking about it, and it's going to be even more popular soon. And all I did was what I was told to do, and I was consistent with it. And poof, the magic happened because I was consistent.
Yeah, and it sounds like the consistency is the key, because it takes some time to kind of get this all going. Well, no, that's a really interesting story from both of you, kind of how you discovered each other and discovered these tips. And I'm talking to Luann Stone and Ralph Falconberry, who are organizing the community metabolic health seminars that we spoke about earlier, happening on this coming Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, we'll continue our conversation with Luann and Ralph right here on the WTIM Morning Show on your information station.
Your information station, WTIM.
Hi, this is Lou Johnson with McLean in Taylorville. We're hiring. Join our award-winning team of associates, drivers, support staff, and warehouse as we continue to grow. At McLean, you'll receive competitive pay, outstanding benefits, and real career advancement opportunities. For over 130 years, McLean has invested in building strong futures for our people and our community. Ready to be part of something special? Apply now at joinmclean.com. That's joinmclane.com, or visit us at 600 South Spresser in Taylorville. McLean is an equal opportunity employer. Go Tornadoes.
It's time to renew or purchase your new 2-year golf membership at one of the area's most popular courses, Lakeshore Golf Course, just south of Taylorville. Manager Jason Boldig here, reminding you of these benefits our members receive, including unlimited greens fees at all 4 of our area courses. The best part's the price, just $318 for a 2-year membership. Get to Lakeshore Golf Course just south of Taylorville now to renew or purchase your new 2-year golf membership and get in the swing.
Taylorville Care Center's personalized therapy program helps you get back to enjoying the season, whether it's holiday gatherings, winter walks with the grandkids, or cheering on your favorite team indoors. We'll help you stay active and independent. You'll receive great medical care and the therapy you need to get moving again. If you've been in the hospital or just need a little boost, call Taylorville Care Center at 824-9636, 824-9636. Taylorville Care Center, caring for our community for over 50 years.
Nicole Patrick here, your local country financial representative at 1305 West Bresser in Taylorville. I'm proud to recognize the Lady Tornado student athletes that represent our community by being the exclusive sponsor of the ILSportswire.com Taylorville Lady Tornadoes Player of the Game this school year. At the end of each game, a Lady Tornado will be selected to receive a certificate for being named our Player of the Game, and they'll be featured in a highlighted reel on the ILSportswire.com social media platforms. Best of luck to all the girls' teams this season, and go Lady Tornadoes!
Double your impact with sight and sound. Reach customers through our 6 regional radio stations. Plus, capture their attention with our 36 by 72-inch digital billboard right on Route 29 in Taylorville. That's nearly 11,000 drivers seeing your message every single day while they're already listening to your radio ads. Ready to maximize your reach? Call your regional radio account manager today and put your business in front of eyes and ears across Central Illinois. Regional radio is where your message gets noticed.
Pastor Brian Moore here from Locust Grove Church near Assumption. We are alive and so worth the drive. Find directions to our church and watch our video podcast by clicking our icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
WTIM AM, FM, and online on the WTIM mobile app and Amazon Alexa is your ag information station with over 8 hours a day of agriculture programming and our own local farm broadcaster. Tune into WTIM, your ag information station.
Your information station, WTIM.
Welcome back on the WTIM Morning Show on your information station. The show is sponsored by People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville. I'm your host, Reed Kamai, and I continue my conversation with Luann Stone and Ralph Falconberry, who have been talking about the community metabolic health seminars that are coming up this coming Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And we spent the latter half or so of that last segment talking about their backgrounds in this area, what kind of inspired them to get this going. And Luann, you and I were talking a little bit during the break, a little more about your own background, and I'd love if you would share that with the listeners as well.
In 2012, I was diagnosed with stage 3B breast cancer. I did treatments and was pretty much to the point where I couldn't do treatments anymore because it was declining my health. The doctor said if I didn't do the treatments, I would probably have 6 months, but that's why I chose. And I went home and chose to start getting healthy naturally and reading as much as I could. Started getting better and feeling better. And that's what led me to all of this after meeting Ralph and learning about metabolic health. My goal is for no one to ever have to go home and tell their kids that, the doctor says if you don't do their treatment, you only have 6 months. And so I just want everybody to not have aches and pains and fatigue and high blood pressure and that, and to get their metabolic health back in check.
And how long ago was that diagnosis?
2000. I got diagnosed with stage 3B in 2012. I quit chemotherapy, the pill, in 2014.
Okay, so 6 months to live, and now you're telling us about this.
I'm still here.
That is remarkable.
Yep.
No, that's part of why I wanted you to share it with the listeners as we were talking about it during the break, and so you said you were reading about some lifestyle changes you could take up that were related to metabolic health. It sounds like you took them up.
I did.
Now, you talked earlier about going vegan. So was that part of one of those changes?
I tried that. It didn't work for me. It just caused me to want to eat more and more and more because fruit, is natural, but it still spikes your blood sugar.
Okay.
And so it was making me hungry and hungry and hungrier. So I was eating more and more and more. Now I've learned to eat things that don't spike my blood sugar. And so that I'm not hungry all the time. And I'm, actually fasting, sometimes 18, 24 hours. What was the longest one I did? 110 hours, and helping my digestive system to have a break.
Okay. Yeah. So it sounds like that was a big part of how all of that evolved. And then you mentioned the two of you met each other at a cemetery as part of your work with the Christian County Genealogical Society. When was this?
It was 19 months ago. Yeah. My grandson was becoming an Eagle Scout and needed community service hours. And I'm on the town board. And I said, hey, does this guy out the cemetery need help? And they said, oh, sure, take him out there. So went out there and met Ralph, and it was really hot that day. And I was like, I'm getting back in the car. It's too hot for me. And he kind of said I couldn't have done this 6 months ago because he was overweight and had diabetes and everything. And then when I went back out to get my grandson, I'm like, so how'd you lose weight? And then I stalked him on Facebook for a little bit. And then I messaged him and asked him what he did. And he really helped saved my life because I was having heart palpitations. My health was, even though I was eating good, was going downhill.
Yeah, no, that is a quite remarkable story. I know I've used the word once already, but how you went through all of that. About 30 seconds left. Any final thoughts about your journeys or the event coming up?
Well, it's a great opportunity for anyone who wants more energy, better weight control, and just learn a simpler way to take charge of their natural health.
Sounds good. Looking forward to it. I think that's a good way to sum it up right there from Luann Stone along with Ralph Falconberry. Thank you both for coming on this morning.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, it's been a pleasure to hear about your stories and hear about the event coming up this weekend, the Metabolic Health Seminars, right here on WTIM, your information station.
With SRN News, I'm Rich Thomason in Washington.